I don't know if there's Panthers here that I just don't see for line of sight reasons. I hate this idea, but Bellic might be the guinea pig that has to go look. This is Close Combat Last Stand Arnhem. You're watching episode 31 of the Allied campaign. Take a moment to support the channel by clicking the subscribe button, liking the video, and turning on notifications. It's now the 1200 phase of September 18th. We are going to start in the south and just get everybody moving north. I'm going to go ahead and attack into Helmond. We have a legitimate armor battle group, so I want to lead with them if I can. And then I've lost sight of any enemies potentially through here, so I am going to remain at Vehol, and then from St. Odin Road, I'm going to move into Scheindel, and we'll just try and re-secure this enemy supply depot so that they do not. On the north side, we're still engaged. I'm going to continue holding Human Bridge. We are engaged at Hadert Bridge. This is where it starts to get tricky. So I don't really know what I want to do because I'm kind of surrounded, so I don't have enough battle groups to take everything. I figured nobody is really in a place to move into Nijmegen. I'm assuming there's no one here, but I was going to move to the east and try and start re-securing this. We need to get the Allied supply depots back under my control, and I don't want to just move out and give this up. So I'm going to stay here, I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to move into Beek. The problem I'm having is I don't know if I should attack, but again, if I attack down here and they move over or they move down here, like I don't want to just chase everybody around, and I don't know if that's a mistake. Maybe I should be moving. It just doesn't seem great. In the north, gets even more confusing. I'm guessing they're either going to take North Oosterbeek or they're going to move into Arnhem Heights. I don't know how that's going to go, but I would guess they're going to do something like that. So obviously we're staying put here to defend the supply depot. Arnhem, I was torn. I wanted to move out, but I don't know that one of these battle groups wouldn't try and go that way. I don't think they should be able to because I had the bridge last I saw it, but either way, I was a little uneasy about moving out of Arnhem City proper, and I don't know, that might cost me later if they take West Arnhem and I have to fight for it. I don't know. I wanted to push south. That was my plan. I read this description because you guys told me to check out the descriptions on the maps in the north. And the thing that I saw is expect enemy counterattacks. So I'm guessing this place at Velp is going to be a hotbed, and I need to stay put. So this fight's going to have to wait. Plus, if you look at it, I don't have a great battle group. I don't know that I want to try another bridge assault with a mediocre battle group and then not capture it and lose yet another bridge. So I'm just sitting on it for the moment. So we'll see if I can make some progress. Right now, I just kind of want to get all the disjointed stuff in the south sorted out, and then we'll try and figure out what to do in the north. Maybe you guys can drop some comments down below and give me some ideas on who to move or where to move to be the most effective. Also, William, I can't remember what video your attack plan was on, where all the enemies will attack and at what times. So, because I don't know where that is off the top of my head, I needed to copy it and I forgot to copy and paste it. Part of that might have an influence on what I'm doing right or wrong right now. And let's see. Moved in here fine. Still have the fight there. Everything through here is okay. Obviously, like I didn't move into Son. The bridge was destroyed, so I was just disregarding it. Let's see. No fight. These guys didn't move. Nijmegen's okay. We are engaged in Groesbeek Height North, and that's okay, but I'm kind of glad I didn't move that battle group. And then, yes, they took West Arnhem, So we are getting some pressure. I'm going to have to hold this. I don't know if they're just going to continue moving along here, but I don't have anything to interdict with right now. Up first, we're going to be in Helmond. We have Irish guards. They finally made it out of the bottom. They're ready for another fight. Let's take our armor. Let's not die. And let's see if we can drive 107th Panzer Brigade out. Prison Break Company is making their return. It's been a little bit, but these guys are up for it. Somehow, this fight leaves me a little bit more uneasy because we're going up against their Panthers, and I have not been very great with the armor so far. One change I've made, and it's the only change, is Caroline Reynolds. So Caroline was an armored car. They are now a Firefly. So I just figured since we know they had Panthers here last time, might as well bring all the heavy armor that I can. Beyond that, I'm leaving everything else the same. And I'm actually questioning, I don't think so. Teabag being a Piat doesn't need to be there. I'm thinking we're actually going to make a swap real quick. I think Teabag is going to become Rifle. And I wonder too with Bellic if I do something there as well. So we do have two 3-inch mortars. Do I get rid of the 2-inch mortar because they're so armor heavy and get Bellic brought in with something else? So I could do another rifle. We do have what I'm guessing our Royal Engineer rifle. We'll just do a regular rifle. And we'll do that. So I feel better about that. Gives me a little bit more infantry, a little bit more ability to maneuver. And then we do still retain 2 mortars, but we've got plenty of firepower coming from the armor. Enemy's going to bring Panzer Grenadier MG, Panzer Grenadier, Panzer Shrek. I got to watch out for that. MG 42. Infantry, nothing that we need to worry about. Second platoon, on the other hand, much bigger threat. So 3 Panthers, then armored car, mortar armored car, Jagdpanzer. So the 3 Panthers are the bigger threat. This is a weird battle group. I don't know why it looks like that. So let me know why it looks like that. We handled the battle decent last time, all things considered. As long as I don't go losing my tanks like crazy, we're still in that same position. We can hold this off. I am trying to take a little bit of the approach of defending further away, but not entirely. So first up, let's just start way west. LJ Burroughs mans our machine gun. I've got them in this 2-story building solely because they can see across that bridge. Only a very narrow spot, but they can see across the bridge. If infantry moves on the bridge, we should be able to take it out. In their territory area on the east side of the river, Michael Schofield, Lincoln Burroughs, and Sucre are still defending the 3-story building. I don't want to surrender that because I can't move across the bridge if they have it. I'm not planning to use infantry against armor, so I'm not expecting these guys to be primary targets. I do have Lechero up to the north, also pulled to the rear. Goal here is just to keep them safe for a moment in case armor spawns in front of them, but I don't want the enemy to wrap around through that 2-story building, and by getting 4 sections up here, if the tanks have it under control, I would like to be able to maneuver and try and push to the south. So the primary fighting force is going to be Caroline Reynolds and John Abruzzi. These guys are going to cover the bridge and the approach to the bridge, and then maybe, hopefully, get a tank kill or 2. Alex Mahone is covering that bridge from the west, and my thought here is if all the armor is to the east, I can pull them out and try and get in the fight. As you move to the south, I do have Paul Kellerman hiding behind the 3-story building. If enemy armor rolls across the bridge before I can do anything about it, Paul Kellerman's in a good ambush spot. To their east, I do have Gretchen Morgan, same situation, going to cover the bridge, going to be able to take the fight to them, but this time I actually have armor on the side of the enemy territory on the east side of the river. So maybe Gretchen can get in the fight. I am very aware that Gretchen dies every time. So yeah, it's not lost on me that Gretchen might die because of where I place them. I have them supported with infantry to make sure the buildings stay secure. Teabag, Bellic, and Sarah Tancredi are going to hold, but they're pulled back a little bit. Instead of being in the front to engage, they're just making sure the buildings are safe. I couldn't find a good spot for mortars, so I have Sophia and Veronica behind Teabag, Bellic, and Sarah Tancredi. They're not close, but there's no good place to put them that is close that also is safe. So this seemed like the better option. And if all the infantry's in the north, it is the worst option. But it is what we do, and we'll figure it out. So I'm hoping to lead with armor. I don't want to be on the offensive necessarily. I would rather play ambush, but I am reluctant to take head-on fights in these Shermans versus Panthers. So I am kind of stuck playing the waiting game unless like I spot a tank that's facing away from me. Then, I could maneuver. We'll see how this goes. Oh, they are on the bridge. We are engaged. Jagdpanzer, please. Artillery is online, so it's just going out over here. Get you guys set. I did not expect them to just full sprint into the building. Caroline Reynolds survived. Tank destroyed. Mortars going out. We found tons of infantry. Artillery is dropping. Not sure if there's armor or infantry over there because it looks like all the infantry's here. We're going to have to make that work. They are in the building. They surrendered. Armor car is moving. I guess they got smoke on me. That's what I'm seeing there. I don't know if this was a wasted barrage, but I definitely couldn't drop it like right on top of me. And since the tanks had this under control, it seemed like the better option. Where are we missing tanks though? Like Panther destroyed, cool. Jagdpanzer destroyed, that's fine. There's 2 more Panthers. Where are they? Armor car, guys, armor car. Anybody on that armor car. Tons of prisoners. All the vehicle crews just running in there. I was like, everybody's sprinting in the building. They're all facing the wrong way, but fortunately it didn't matter. There we go. Armor car dropped. I don't know if there's Panthers here that I just don't see for line of sight reasons. I hate this idea, but Bellic might be the guinea pig that has to go look. Also possible, we got another vehicle crew making the run. Also possible that the armor is over here somewhere. Same kind of thing. They might not be identifying a target because they just don't see it. I did forget the mortars were firing, so I just resecured those. There's one guy in the middle of the road. Mortars are dropping on us. Oh, this was the gun half track. I wasn't even paying attention. I just saw half track. Where are the mortars coming from? I didn't see it, but it sounds close. Tank. Gretchen cannot engage. Of course, as soon as I move, we lose sight of, never mind. We lose sight of where the mortar could have been. So Axis morale broke. Battlegroup retreated off the strategic map and must regroup overnight. Awesome. They're going to be back. So we'll have a morning fight here, and I'm going to have to be prepared for that, but they are going to be at a disadvantage. And that's not what we want. We killed 12. We wounded 10, destroyed 2 tanks, destroyed 1 vehicle. We took no casualties. That's perfect. That's exactly what we need. So Michael Schofield got 1 kill. What is this? What is this medal? I cannot identify what that is. That looks... I can't tell what I'm looking at. So whatever that is, let me know what that is. But 7 acts of bravery for Michael Schofield. All right. 1 kill, captured basically everybody. Lincoln Burrows, nothing. Sucre, nothing. Teabag, nothing. Bellic, nothing. Alex Mahone, no kills. John Abruzzi, this is where it starts to get a little bit more exciting. We have 5 infantry kills, 1 vehicle kill. They pop the half track. Gretchen Morgan, again, we have that medal, and I'm not sure what it is. Tank kill, 4 infantry kills. Paul Kellerman, different medal, and it looks like a silver dollar. I don't know what we're looking at here. Caroline Reynolds, 1 tank kill, 4 infantry kills. Sarah Tancredi, nothing. LJ Burrows, nothing. Veronica with 1 kill. Sophia, no kills. Lachero, no kills. Platoon leader wiped out. Panzer Grenadier, no kills. Panzer Grenadier, no kills. Panzer Shrek wiped out. I did forget about the Panzer Shrek. MG42 unharmed. And then their Command Panther unharmed. We saw it driving on the road. We never got line of sight. And then Panther unharmed. Third Panther is the one that's destroyed. And armor or half track destroyed. Support leader wiped out. We never found the mortar half track. Jagdpanzer destroyed. So awesome fight. Really happy with it. And I still don't want to have to fight here again, but that does give me a little bit of relief. We won that battle, and that means I can do it. So if you guys liked that, go ahead and sound off in the comments how I take that forward into offensive battles. Also, let me know what your thoughts are on which battle group needs to stay here to defend. I will have the advantage of being dug in, but I did do far better this time with the armor. But do I need to plan on placing infantry more in the center of the map and then allowing them to take some ground, but maybe trying to defend more at the bridges versus like defend at the town? Either way, let me know what you think. I can drop somebody off here, or I can keep moving and just whoever's here when they come back is who's here. I don't know. Tell me what you think, though. If you guys enjoyed the fight, go ahead and like the video. Click the subscribe button to help support the channel, and you can support me as a content creator by becoming a channel member. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.